So how you been doing? My mom always asks, how's David doing? I'm like, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Alfredo Lugo.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I want you to know that you made me famous for about 20 minutes or so. Apparently, I came out on TikTok doing a plea.
Okay.
My niece and nephews and my sons and were all calling me and I said, Dad, you're famous. You're famous.
Oh,
You're on TikTok.
well, and you know what's so funny? Somebody asked me one time, they said, are you on LinkedIn? I said, I think I was on LinkedIn from 1997 or something.
Yeah.
So I do not know much about the technology. I'm trying to work on being more tech savvy. All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 0937, State of Texas versus Alfredo Lugo.
Baby, why don't you
Just for a moment, off the record. Counsels, if y'all could not talk behind the court reporter, because we're on the record, if you want, the deputy can move you down to the other end. All right, back on the record. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ed Garza from Mr. Lugo.
And are you Mr. Lugo?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Okay.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could, off the record for a moment. Are you on the docket today? Are you here for someone else? I'm sorry? All right, so you need to move because you're flirting with the inmate. That's not allowed. So you need to step outside. Deputy, remove her. And who were you here for?
Inmate here with the gold glasses.
All right, guy with the gold glasses. And lady, you're flirting with somebody who's an inmate. That means that he's not doing anything for you. And you're down here where you should probably be at work. And if you have children, you should be concentrating on your children. You're not allowed back in the courtroom. You're excused. You know you should not be flirting with people in the crowd. This is not a dating show. And while we're off the record, Mr. Gonzalez, I noticed a mark on your arm. You need to make sure you have a doctor look at that, okay? Don't wait till the last minute.
But just, okay, that was his wife, and I.
Yeah, that's no flirting.
I understand.
Yeah.
I just want.
Yeah. Still not able to flirt. No flirting in the courtroom. All right, we're back on the record. Again, did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lugo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Thank you.
State, any evidence? All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just asked the court to follow the recommendation, Judge.
All right, and who is Elvira Lugo.
My wife,
All right. Do you have any children?
um,
How old are you?
58.
All right. Does she have any children?
They're all grown up. They're not with us.
All right. Grandchildren?
They're, yes, grandchildren.
And how old are the grandchildren?
They range from 21 to 10, I think. They're-
All right. I'm doing the math in my head and that something's not working out. How old is she?
She's 62.
Oh, now the math is working out. Okay. Before it wasn't working out. All right. So are you currently employed?
I have self-contract.
All right. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Keep it clean.
All right. So what are you doing with meth?
The wrong person, it was not even my man, anything. He was found in the vehicle, but Blaine was the one that was carrying it.
Well, you know, the law has this thing called care, custody, and control,
Yes.
and whether or not it's within your reach. So you're driving and it's in the center console.
That's what the officer said to him.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours community service restitution. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And then at probation's discretion. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Yes. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
All right.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. To be successful on probation in this court, communication is key. If there's an issue with your probation officer, or if you need something, let them know. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. And tell your children and grandchildren I said hello. All right.
What's up, baby? Why don't you stenog your number down for me, you know?